I grew up in a house of abuse with my father every day, another bruise, and just kept piling up. And when I went to school, there was some concerns about why I'm bruised so badly, and I would just always brush it off because it would just get worse if I told.
My daughter was murdered on March 26, 2022. Her and my granddaughter were victims of domestic violence for over 13 years.
So I got up, I left my room, and I just see my mom sitting there. I was like, okay, normal, because I didn't notice anything until she stood up. And then when she stood up, I noticed the blood, and I just wanted to go back up there to say one last goodbye before she actually took her last breath, but I couldn't.
It's horrible to know that a child has to experience that, and to think that the child had to grow up with that, it's horrible.
I felt very numb. I didn't know what to do. I was definitely still in denial, even after the shock was gone, because I'm like, there's no way. She's gonna come through the door just laughing, being like, pranked you. Cried a lot the first week, and then after there was I couldn't cry no more because there was nothing I could cry out anymore. It just more felt like the days were going by and I was just not feeling anything.
The initial feelings were total shock, and then immediately I just became extremely angry. Today when I go to bed, all I do is worry about her, keeping her safe, because I know it falls on me. This is a mother's worst nightmare ever, and a grandmother's worst nightmare, because you lose your child and then you hear what happened to your grandchild. But throughout this nightmare, so many good people have come into our life, even though so many bad had been there. You're one of them, okay? Anna's one of them. Vidalia is one of them. All of these people just stepped up and helped when we didn't know what to do. The biggest difference in my granddaughter is in the time that she spent in equine therapy.
I guess what makes me feel more hopeful is definitely going to the equine therapy. It really helps being able to just talk about it.
I see a confidence in her, even though she's hurting. She's always gonna miss her mom. She's always, and in between all of this, my focus had always been on Jasmine, because it was horrible what she lived through, what she witnessed. But I didn't think about myself, and you helped me by sending me to Jennifer, and I had the EMDR. We got the most help from the Women's Rights Center, and honestly, the most hope. Words cannot even explain to have a broken child and then to see her strong again. I know she's not completely healed, but she's strong. She has the confidence.
I sing because I think the only reason why I actually wanted to pursue my singing was because I saw the way my mom used to look at me when I sang. She would have that face she's listening and she's amazed. And I kind of miss seeing that definitely a lot because it's my mom. I sing with National Children's Chorus. We won a Grammy that I performed in.
This organization, they care, and you feel it from the minute you walk in the door, and then you feel it in just the things you do to help people. You guys helped us more than anybody, and especially navigating when your brain's just not there. You're totally traumatized, planning a funeral, trying to figure everything out, and nobody's there. So that's how I feel about the Women's Rights Information Center.